Hey, McGregor Mustangs. This is Mr. Johnson. Just getting ready to come to you with another read aloud this week. I went to the library, found an awesome book by one of my absolute favorite illustrators. An illustrator, of course, is the person who draws the pictures for the books. My favorite illustrator, Dan Santat. I follow him on Twitter and everything. He's amazing. Some of his books include After the Fall, Beagle, The Unimaginary Friend, and then he got together and did the illustrations for an author known as Min Lee for this book, Drawn Together. And this is his latest collaboration, which means if you collaborate, it means you work together. His latest collaboration with that same author, Min Lee. This book is called Lift. Lift. Really, really, really cool book. I want to make sure you see the illustrations because in a lot of Dan Santat's books, the illustrations tell the story. So you have to make a lot of inferences as the reader. An inference is where you use your background knowledge applied with what the author or the illustrator has told you, and you have to kind of figure things out. All right, Lift. Here we go. Look at that illustration right there. I love his illustrations. Lift. There's the family waiting for the elevator. It looks like a comic book. In the top corner it says Monday. Down here it says, "Hi, my name is Iris." Notice you can always see the top of her head. Then we move over here to the top panel. It says, "When I'm feeling a little bit down, there's one thing that always cheers me up. Pushing the elevator button." I get it. That's the lift. It lifts you up. She likes to push the elevator button. Now it says Tuesday. There she is. "Luckily, that's my job. Up or down, our floor or the lobby. I always get to push the button." There she is, pushing the elevator button. That was Wednesday. Here's Thursday. She's getting ready to push the button, and then her little brother pushes the button instead. I can tell from her eyes she is not at all happy. You can make that inference. She says, "Betrayal." Oh, look how angry she looks. She's feeling betrayed. If you've been betrayed, that means that someone did something against you that you thought was on your side. You were betrayed. Her brother pushed the button, and look, her family all looks happy. Oh, look, he learned how to push the elevator button. But she looks really angry. Look, their family's walking, and they're all happy. Oh, my goodness, he knew how to push the elevator button. And then here comes Iris, way behind, and looking very angry. Friday. Waiting outside the elevator. Ding! The elevator door is opening. I can tell by the way the light is going on her face and widening up. She's getting ready to push the button. Ding! And then her brother pushes it before her. And it says, "Betrayed again." Now she looks really bad. Enough is enough. I know it's wrong, but I can't help myself. And I push all the buttons. And her family says, "Iris!" Now, if you've ever been in an elevator in a really big building, the more buttons that are pushed, the longer it takes you to get either up or down because the elevator now has to stop at every floor for every button you pushed. If she pushed all the buttons, it has to stop at every floor, and that's what it's showing you in these pictures. Ding! Look how angry they look. Ding! Mom is trying to get the door to close. Tap, 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 tap. Ding! They're getting frustrated. Ding! They have to sit through all of those floors. Then as they're walking out of the elevator, oh, the repairman is taking the button off of the wall. And he's done with it, and he throws it in the garbage. Iris sees it. What do you think she's going to do? Because she likes that button. I think you're right. Let's see if you're right. She's watching the man talk to Mom and her little brother, and while they're not looking, she peers into the garbage. You can tell she's looking over the garbage can. It's a circle that she's peeking in. She sees what's inside the garbage. It is the button from the elevator. And yes, she reaches in. She pulls it out, makes sure no one's looking. Oh, she's really excited. Her mom calls her, Iris! And what do you think she did with it? Still got it in her hand. Still in her hand. I think she's going to take it with her. I wonder what she's going to do with that. It says, when we get back home, I just want to be alone. Closes the door in her room. Puts her backpack in her closet. And then she tapes the elevator button on the wall. I wish I could be anywhere but here. That's called foreshadowing. She wishes she could be anywhere but here. Now watch what happens. She pushes the button after she's taped it on her wall, and then she goes to walk away, and suddenly she hears, ding, and the button lights up. She looks really surprised that it dinged. She goes back. She opens the door. And now guess where the door takes her to? Gasp. So instead of it just being like a closet now, it opens up into a jungle. How awesome is that? Wouldn't that be great if you could do that? Whoa, look at that. There's a big tiger in the tree. Then you hear ding dong, ding dong. She turns around. She comes out of her closet. Shuts the door. Opens it again. Roar! It's still there. Then she runs out here to see who was ding-donging at the door, and it looks like a babysitter. Mom and Dad look like they're dressed up to go out. She sees she's got like a twig from the jungle still in her hair. Oh my gosh, maybe it wasn't make-believe. Maybe it was real. And they're getting ready to leave down here. Mom and Dad are getting ready to leave. It says, we'll be back soon, sweeties. Love you. There's Iris. That's right. She takes a look at her little brother's stuffed tiger and she thinks, oh yeah, that's right. And she takes off running back to her room. Then it says, hang on. First dinner and then I brought games. And the game is called Out of This World. Outer space, right? So they're having dinner, and her brother's being loud like little brothers do, and look at food's coming out of his mouth and all over the place. And Iris looks irritated. They go to sit down to play the game, and of course her little brother is little and he can't play it the right way, so he wiggles and the whole board goes all over the place, and Iris looks like she's a little bit upset or irritated. Time for brushing their teeth, and Iris still looks a little irritated with her brother. And then here it says nighty night. Her brother says nighty night, and he sticks out his stuffed animal. Iris looks at the stuffed animal. She knows what he wants, so she just turns and gives the stuffed animal a kiss nighty night so that her brother will just go away. She's still probably upset with him because he betrayed her. She's getting ready to shut the light off. Click. Light goes off. Iris says, finally. She runs over and pushes the elevator button one more time. Click. And it works again. Ding. I wonder if it'll be a jungle again. all of a sudden, look at her pencil's floating. Things are floating off the ground. Teddy bear's floating off the ground. Now she's floating off the ground. It's almost as if there's no gravity. Look, everything's floating in the air. She opens her closet door and gasp. No longer does her closet door take her to a jungle. It takes her into outer space. That's why everything was floating. There's no gravity in outer space. How cool is that? There she is floating. It looks like she's in a space station. She's talking to an astronaut. And suddenly she's going outside for a spacewalk. Very, very cool. Wow. Oh, that'd be so great to be able to do that in your own room, right? Just go anywhere like that. Then all of a sudden you hear, wah, 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 wah. Sounds like it's an alarm. But the light's not going off like it's an alarm. Wah! Oh, it's coming from outside of her closet. I think I know who it is. Wah! She comes out. She's no longer floating. She goes running out of her room. It's her little brother who's been crying. She says, I know exactly what you want. She finds a book. It says Summit. It's got a huge mountain on it, a mountain of snow. Summit is like the top of a mountain. Now it says Saturday. Yeah. She wakes up. Iris wakes up. In the morning, I wake up excited for my next visit. She's getting ready to push the elevator button and see where it takes her. But then something holds me back. She stops. She thinks. She looks at a picture of herself and her little brother when they were younger. She walks out of her room. Where do you think she's going? She opens his bedroom door, and he's there, and he says, up, up. She walks him back to her closet, where the elevator door button is. I don't think she's so mad at him anymore. After all, everyone can use a lift sometime. Ding! Gasp. There's the cat. I see snow. And there they are, on the mountain of snow, just like the one in the book that her brother wanted her to read before bed. Oh, Dan Santat's illustrations never fail. What a great book. Great book. Loved it. Lift. I hope you enjoyed it too. Remember, everybody needs a lift sometimes. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody.